seatbelt thing. Are we on?
Yeah, we're
Is this thing working?
Liquid Lunch.
Hey, man.
Is it okay for us to start?
Yeah, can we start the show? Mr. Samuel?
We're low on the totem pole.
Oh, we are. Were we just discussing that? We're the talent, man. And I'm using that term loosely.
We just do whatever they want us to do.
That's exactly it. You know, they're having their own little party. We're just on air, just
Nobody's
chatting.
even listening
Nobody
to
cares.
us.
Nobody
They're all
cares.
working on other stuff over there. We're trying to. Okay, first of all,
yeah,
Stu, how's it going, man?
It's going all right, buddy.
I'll tell you. You know, I was going to tell you, we haven't had a chance to complete one conversation today since we started the show. I got cured yesterday.
You did? I know. And what was ailing you?
You're just aware of the symptoms, aren't you?
I'm just aware of the symptoms, my friend. I want to know what the cure was.
Well, the cure was this amazing machine, and they hooked me up to it, and they were able to...
Now, when you say they, it's just like in the basement?
Dr. Johann Boswinkel.
An actual doctor.
Yes.
A physician of sorts.
Johann Boswinkel, and he was touching my acupuncture points, and then he diagnosed what the problem was, and then he just did a solution right then and there. And I got to say, I felt great all day yesterday.
Now, was this kind of a placebo type effect, or what did he give you?
No. It's all electronic.
It's all electronic.
And it's called biophoton therapy. It's amazing. If you watch the show from yesterday, you'll see it. But basically, he said that I had different kinds of, we got bacteria and stuff in our bodies.
Yeah, absolutely.
And stuff. Some of that's long term. He said 75% of people walk around with low grade appendix infections.
Really?
Yeah. And anyway, he said I had salmonella and botulism of all things.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people are walking around with that too, just from the foods and stuff.
And aluminum toxicity.
Wow.
And he basically zapped it all, and I really felt amazing all yesterday after that.
Was it almost immediate? Did you just sort of say,
it was
wow?
Immediate. It was immediate.
That's
and
amazing.
He said it's immediate, and it was amazing. And I'm thinking that I'm thinking I'm just going to see how this works out. I'm thinking maybe I want to recommend this to everybody.
Okay. Well, I'm certainly up for that,
Yeah.
because I like you, I'd sort of dig that whole sort of biochemical, electrical thing that we're made up of, and maybe a cure is
it's
a jolt to the head.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
Wow. So where did you find this Dr. Boswinkel?
We had
he was
the
on
guy
the show
in Toronto who's the practitioner of this. Was on a few weeks ago, and then he said that the inventor, Dr. Johann Boswinkel, was going to be in town now, and so he came on the show yesterday. It was amazing. Yeah.
Did he do it here on the show?
Right on the show.
Oh, man.
I had my feet on the table.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, you got to see that.
For you fetishists out there.
Yeah. So we should get busy because we got a big show.
We do.
We've got
Kevin
Meta.
Miller. Oh,
I always save the first till last.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my friend.
But Meta Keating, is that the name?
I believe it's pronounced Meta.
Danish design. What's with those Danes and those Swedes?
Yeah, I know. It's that Scandinavian human thing.
They're good at the design.
They are.
Okay.
We'll find out more about that.
And then we have Rich Williams. Dental insurance. That's what I need.
Dental insurance.
I thought about that. But my premiums would probably be ridiculous.
Yeah. I'd be afraid to eat.
Then we have Dana Steele. We tried to get Dana Steele on yesterday, but she's going to tell us how to live like a rock star. Which, of course, that's all we want.
Well, that's all we do, man. I know you do. You are a rock star.
Thank you.
You live the life.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you guys are going to have a confab on how that's going for you.
Well, we were doing it this morning because we ate 2 Cinnabons before we came on the show. We're paying the price now.
Yeah, it's. I'm going to have to go work that off later. But that was delicious. Thank you to the good people at Cinnabon and your new intern. Thank you, sir.
But we're going to start the show off. Kevin Miller is back. Kevin, now did we get that? Were we able to get that film?
I don't think
ready?
so.
No,
I don't think so. But that's okay. We'll work it out. By the way, before you go too much further, this Dr. Bullwinkle that you're talking
Boswinkel.
about. Oh, I'm sorry. He was. I think I know. Hey, Rook.
Well, you know him?
Hey, Rocky. Nothing up my sleeve.
Well, we can only go up from here.
Yes, exactly.
So.
Wait, what? Did you say you know him?
No, I've heard of Dr. Boswinkel.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's an amazing thing. Really, seriously feeling it today.
Well, that's great.
All day yesterday. I got to drink a lot more water, which they say how to do.
Everybody should.
Because once you do this treatment, all the crap is going to be eliminated from your system, and you need the water to wash.
Well, you look marvelous, Hugh.
Well, thank you.
Good to be back with you. And Stu.
Well, thanks, Jeff. Appreciate that, buddy.
Yeah, because you were on when Stu was on the last
That's
time.
right.
I was, yeah. Yeah.
Well, why don't we get right down to it?
Okay.
And I don't know if they're going to keep trying to get this clip available, but this is from the new film that you've been working on for quite a while, right?
Yes, basically, I'm preparing I've been producing a film called A Question of Sovereignty, and it's meant to address not only things like Bill C-6 and some of the other awful bills that are either going through Parliament or being circumvented by the WTO, etc. But it's really about personal sovereignty and Canadian sovereignty. And it's amazing what I've found as I've been filming across Canada. And I literally have been in almost every province to this point, and by the time the complete 90-minute film is done, I will be. And you know, it's an amazing look, I think, at what people are enduring, what people are experiencing, and people's thoughts about their government.
That's really interesting. First of all, you're from the U.S., right?
I am indeed, yeah.
So I'm curious what your interest in the Canadian side of things is. And is this a Canadian-specific film, or is this like sovereignty period for all people?
I'm actually doing two versions. So the first thing is I'm releasing to you this 2-minute trailer introduction for A Question of Sovereignty. That will be a 15-minute film just exclusively about Canada and issues here in Canada, sovereignty here in Canada. The ultimate will be a 90-minute film that will be completed hopefully by year's end. And that might not even have a slightly different name because I don't want to confuse people. But it is essentially all about Canada and Canadian sovereignty.
The 15-minute film.
The 15-minute and ultimately the 90-minute, even though we'll look probably more broadly at North America because you can't, even in this trailer, as you'll see, you cannot divorce your relationship with colonial America,
That's right.
obviously. So you can't circumvent that in the conversation. So it's really about Canada.
Now, when you talk about sovereignty, are you talking about Canadian national sovereignty or sovereign individuals as free human beings?
Both.
Okay.
There's a great clip in the trailer that you know that I have that I've had for years, and I don't know why, but it's of Prime Minister Mulroney and John Turner. And in the trailer, I've got this great clip. First, we're talking about raids and other things that have been going on that would seem to be a violation of people's individual sovereignty, even in the most legalistic sense. And Turner it's clips from '88, and what Turner was Prime Minister for what, about a week?
About a half a minute.
I mean,
yeah.
A little longer than Kim Campbell.
The cheers went up from the crowd. So in any event, it's kind of interesting because as I was producing this, I saw this quote. I remembered this quote from Turner having this really heated exchange with Mulroney. And I remember at the time, like, reading about it in the newspapers, and that it was sort of frowned upon, this really harsh, a little bit angry kind of debate that was going on. And Mulroney was waving his finger and saying, "I'm proud to be a Canadian, and I'm a Canadian just like you." And but the long and the short of it was that Turner was saying this was about NAFTA, about the free trade agreement, and which Mulroney had just signed. And he said, you know, we built this nation, Canada, on resistance to the capital influence of the United States of America. And he says, a great quote, he goes, "For 120 years we've done it, and with one signature of the pen, you've reversed that." And at the time, he was really castigated for that.
Yeah. Who?
John Turner was castigated
for
because
saying with the stroke of a pen you've
yes, because people thought it was nonsense. They thought it was, you know, free trade, quote unquote. NAFTA was a good thing for Canada, and now it's interesting because someone told me a couple of days ago, I think it was the CBC had a little piece revisiting John Turner and talking about free trade 2 or 3 days ago. So it brings up this interesting relationship I've had with Canada.